Oh shit. Oh my god. You gotta call 911, dude. Oh my, Jesus Christ. Oh shit. Paige? Paige. Are you all right? Oh my god. Are you okay? Can you hear? Are you all right?
What happened?
Don't move.
Serious accident here.
Just sit back down. Oh Jesus. Just stay right there. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, we got a couple people trapped.
It's gonna be all right. Just stay where you are.
Okay? We got people coming.
I didn't do this.
Okay.
What did you do? I
Somebody
didn't.
come.
What did you do?
Calm down. Somebody's
Alex, are you? Alex, Daddy's okay. Daddy's okay. Daddy's okay. Why would you do this? I didn't do it. Why? Are you guys okay? Oh my God. Be okay. Please hurry, please help! Please help! It's gonna be okay.
I'm coming up only to hold you under, and coming up only to show.
Right here, I can smell some alcohol. You've been drinking it all. Haven't been. Are you sure? I can smell some alcohol, so I'm going to give you a couple tests to see if you were drinking. Lean your way, guys. No? Okay, the first test we're going to have you do is
Do
one
you
leg
know you all wrong? Grab one. Really too late to call, so we wait for morning to wake you is all we got. But to know me as hardly golden is to know me
Mom? Mom, are you okay?
Hey, what happened?
We were in an accident.
Where's Dad?
You're okay, Mom.
Hi. Hi. I'm Maureen Longenecker. I'm one of the nurses that's going to be on this evening.
Hi.
Mrs. Kaya?
Yes.
And you're her daughter? And I understand you were in a really bad accident today?
Yeah, do you know what happened?
Well, I don't know all of the circumstances, but has anyone talked to you about your husband, your dad?
No, is he okay?
Well, I hate to be the one that tells you this, but he sustained some injuries that he was unable to survive from, so he has passed away. And I'm sorry to be the one that tells you this. I know it's a lot to take. If there's anything we can do for you, I think they have his body down in the emergency room still.
Autumn, thank you for coming to my office. I appreciate it. I think this is a good time for us to talk about the case and how we're going to proceed from here. Now, I'm your lawyer. I have a duty to be honest with you and tell you the limitations in the case, tell you any strengths we may have, and talk about what you're looking at here in terms of punishment. Now, you heard the testimony of the preliminary hearing. Obviously, we've heard a lot and read a lot in the papers about the effect that this has had on the victim's family, the people that were injured, and unfortunately the people that were tragically killed in the accident. And I have to be upfront with you about it. The evidence here seems to be overwhelming. As you know, there's a 3-year mandatory sentence for each victim that died here, a maximum of 10 years. When I look at all the charges that the district attorney's office charged you with and the police charged you with, adding them all up, it could be, at the absolute worst case scenario, 50 years total. Now, hey Chris, how are you? Hey, I just want to talk to you about the Autumn Wagner case. You know, it's scheduled for trial next month. Help me out here. I'm really looking for a plea deal in this case.
Okay.
Look, I know the facts. I know the strength of the case. You do too. I'm not going to try to talk to you about the facts of the case, but please just listen to me here. I'm doing everything I can for this client. I told you before, she's a good kid. She's 18 years old.
But Justin, I'm going to stop you right there for a second, because listen, you know as well as I do, she's got 3 counts of homicide by vehicle while DUI, and you as well as I do know that she's looking at 3 years in jail on each of those counts.
I know that.
There's not much you can do. I mean, just give me your bottom line here. What are you asking?
Keep her out of prison.
Keep her out of prison.
She doesn't need to go to state prison. Even if we get some time at Berks County Jail, I know it's asking for a lot. I know she's looking at a 9-year mandatory, and I know you're getting pressure.
And you also know that there's 3 dead children, right?
I get that.
All right.
But this was just a terrible accident.
I mean, I'm not sure what you think I can do for you. What I can probably do is say, if you waive your hearing today, you don't put up a fight, you don't go to trial, I can probably say, you know, I'll give her the 3-year mandatory minimum. One of the counts, run everything else concurrent with each other. She'd do 3 to 10. I mean,
She's still going to state prison, though.
Yeah, she would.
She should be going to college next year.
You know, maybe 2 months ago before this happened, she should have been going to college. But at this point, what do you want me to do? I mean, I got to go home and go back and tell my boss what I'm doing here. So, unless you got something else for me.
I'm just asking for a break. I have nothing else I can really say. I know the facts as well as you do here. It's a tough situation, but what can I say? I'm asking you to consider something that doesn't involve state prison.
I know, I hear you, but I mean, and listen, you got some argument there that she's got a little bit sympathetic. You know, she is a young kid, but at the same time, there's 3 dead kids here.
So you're saying your hands are tied?
My hands are tied. I'm telling you what I can do right now. If she waives and she pleads guilty, doesn't take it to trial, I'll give her the 3 years on just one of the counts and run everything else concurrent. But I mean, at this point, there's no way I can go down to county prison. No way I can keep her out of prison.
I'll talk to her and see what I can do.
All right.
Okay, first I need to make sure that you understand the charges. Have you had the opportunity to review the criminal complaint with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand what you were charged with?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Because of the seriousness of these charges, I think it's important just to make absolutely clear what the charges are. You're going to be facing charges today of 3802, general impairment DUI, 3802E, juvenile DUI. Both carry with it approximately 6 months to a year in prison. Felony 2 for the homicide that occurred, the 3 deaths that occurred in this case. They carry with it a 3-year minimum to a 10-year maximum for each victim. So that's a potential of 9 to 30 years in prison. 3732.1 ag assault while DUI, which carries with it a 6 to 9 month potential term, and endangering welfare of a child. Those are which is 6 months. Those are the criminal charges that are here today, and I read them to you so that you understand what those charges are and the seriousness of those charges. Do you understand those charges? Before we begin with today's docket, I need to do a preliminary arraignment on your client. Is your client prepared for that?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here with Ms. Wagner. We are prepared for a preliminary arraignment. Would you like us to stand?
I would like Ms. Wagner to stand in the middle. Thank you. My name is Magisterial District Judge Victor Frederick, and this is my judicial district of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We're going to conduct a brief preliminary arraignment in the charges that have been filed against you. This is not a hearing. This is not a trial. I'm not going to ask you any questions about the specific charges that have been filed against you, nor can I listen to any defenses that you have or objections you have to being charged at this specific time. The purpose of a preliminary arraignment is to make sure you understand what you've been charged with, make sure you understand your rights as a criminal defendant, and to set your bail.
Action. All rise.
Okay, please be seated. Okay, after reviewing the evidence that was presented to me here today, I have decided to bind over all of the charges to the Court of Common Pleas, meaning that I have ruled that the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has established a prima facie case, and all the charges shall be bound to the Court of Common Pleas. At this time, I will entertain argument, starting with defense first on the issue of bail.
Your Honor, may it please the Court, I would ask the Court to set bail in an unsecured amount, meaning an amount that she'll be able to leave here, certainly with conditions that she abstain from alcohol use, that she follow all laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But, Your Honor, we ask for conditions, perhaps $100,000 unsecured bail, which would allow her to leave court today. Your Honor, I've gotten to know Ms. Wagner through representing her. I can tell you she's a good kid. She's 18 years old. She's a lifelong resident of Berks County. All her friends and family are from Berks County. Your Honor, she's not a flight risk. And quite frankly, she's active in school and in her community. I certainly think that while I'm certain and while I know that these allegations are very, very serious, we don't downplay that at all. However, Your Honor, I would ask that even that being the case with the charges that you ask, that you allow her, Your Honor, to leave here today on unsecured bail.
Thank you. Come on.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I think that the problem with this case is that it's not a traditional DUI, it's not a normal DUI. If the defendant who's under 21 had his run-of-the-mill DUI, I believe unsecured bail would be perfectly appropriate, but that's not what we're dealing with here. Her blood alcohol level is twice the legal limit. She, in fact, killed 3 individuals. You just heard the testimony. It wasn't all the testimony, but it's pretty clear that there are 3 dead individuals here as a result of her actions. One of the main things you can take into consideration when setting bail is the possible consequences the defendant is looking at. In this case, as you stated earlier, she is actually looking at a 3-year mandatory on each of the charges for homicide by vehicle while DUI. That's 3 years times 3 for 3 victims. That's 9 years incarceration. Clearly, she has some incentive to abscond and not to show up for court. Because it's not a run-of-the-mill DUI, I think that secured bail is appropriate. I think unsecured bail is completely inappropriate, so I'd ask you to set it at least $100,000. I think you should consider more than that based on each of the victims, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Setting bail is always difficult for judges. I understand the arguments by both sides. However, taking into consideration the extreme seriousness of these charges, the fact that there is anywhere from a 9-year minimum to a 30-year maximum based on these charges, I feel it's appropriate to set bail at least at an amount of $50,000 for each victim. So I'm setting bail at $150,000 cash bail. That is the decision of this court. You will be remanded to Berks County Prison, where you will remain until the full and final disposition of this case, unless someone is able to post bail for you. That is the decision of the court. Constables, you may take her into custody.
Stand up. Thank you, Your Honor. Put your hands behind your back.